The next piece of music, believe it or not, was inspired by a nightingale. I often listen to nature because I learn balance from listening to nature. I remember a few
Wow.
years ago, I was in Venice, Italy, and one of these birds kept coming
Sorry,
by my
Lana.
window every sunset, and she proceeded to sing her song. And it was so beautiful.
Yeah. Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening here.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. And how has been our days? How has been our day?
It has been it has been fine, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there, I'm hearing only one voice. I want to be sure everyone is okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. So I was trying to wait a little to allow more people to join, and at the same time, I was trying to fix the issue of not being able to record the video. So I had to download an extension and install it so that we can have the video recorded. So that's what I've been trying to do so far. Um, so without wasting up, before we proceed, I would like to ask how was yesterday's session? How was it? I would like to know your reaction. I want to get some few reaction, maybe one or two reactions concerning yesterday's section, so that we can know what to do. So just one or two reaction, please, before we proceed.
Sir, yesterday before I joined late, so I missed some parts where you explained on data analysis with Excel.
Okay, okay. So any other reaction, please, or question as to regarding yesterday class, please. Any other reaction? Any reaction or question regarding yesterday class?
So yesterday's class was actually very, very impactful, and I would love to say thank you for that, sir. That's my own personal take.
Okay, thanks so much. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, so without wasting time, let me just share my screen so that we can proceed. Okay, so like I said, this program is brought to you in courtesy of GABBYTECH Computer College and Consult, and the main the course we are learning is data analysis using Excel. Data analysis using Excel. Though data analysis, in order to have full in-depth of data analysis, you have other programs which you need to learn, which you need to know as well. Excel is just a starting point, but nevertheless, you can still make use of Excel to do a greater work that other programs do as well. But it can only uh, to a greater point. Yeah, that is it. You can also make use of Excel to do lot of solves that other programs do, which you need other programs for. You can use Excel for it, but though it has limitations anyway. When it has to do with big data, some certain data Excel cannot work in that regard. So, but at least for a start, Excel is the best program to learn for data analysis. And many of us have been using Excel so far for a very long time, and we've not really been using it in this area. So that is it. So that is why we chose Excel. We've chosen Excel teach people for free in order for them to understand. We believe many people that join the program are those that already have basic knowledge of Excel, but they've been limited to the use of Excel. So that's why we brought this program for them to understand. So without wasting time, my name is Gabriel Abidayo Faiwa, and yesterday we tried to explain what we understand by data. We talked about the importance of data analysis. The best way to predict the future is by analyzing data. And we also talked about the categories of data. We have the primary, the secondary data, the qualitative and quantitative data. We have the structured and unstructured data. Also, we talked about we talked about why learn data analysis. Why learn data analysis? We said make make information to make informed decisions based on data insights, to identify trends and patterns, to solve real world problems, to communicate complex ideas effectively. So those are the reasons why we learn data analysis. A lot of reasons. This is a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons why we learn data analysis, but those are the few reasons why we learn data analysis. And to be sincere, if you will believe and accept with me, you will believe that data analysis is a trending course, a trending program right now. And I will tell you why not data analysis alone, but data science. To be specific, data science is a very strong course that is trending right now because most of the things we do are now going tech. They are now moving it into tech. They're bringing technology into what we do. So in order to make our machines work well, to give us the result, the right result of what we want, the right result, we need to we need to feed it with enough data. In order for a child to grow well, it needs to feed where it needs to feed it needs to be fed on good food, with good food. You understand? So, in order for a machine to work perfectly, we need to feed it well with correct data, enough data. As people say, they say, oh, the more you know, the more you can talk about. If you don't know more, it's only what you know you know. What you don't know, you don't know. So, what a machine doesn't know, it doesn't know. So it's what a machine knows that it knows. So in order for the machine to know more, you need to feed it with enough data. And mind you, you can't feed a machine with wrong data. The more wrong data, wrong information you pass into a machine, it will also give you wrong results. You understand? It will also give you wrong result. So in order to have the right data being fed into your machine or being fed into your into your machine because I'm using the, I'm using technology to explain the essence of data analysis now. Now, in order to have the right information being fed into the machine, you need to clean it first. Now, yesterday we talked much about organizations. We spoke much about organizations, about companies, industries, why they need data. We talked about the country, why they need data in order to monitor what is going on, to monitor trends, in order to monitor trends, to identify trends. Okay, is this thing going up or coming down? Why during coronavirus we saw them they'll display some trends. Okay, this thing is going up in this area, it's coming down in this area. So you can easily understand that okay, these are um, the areas where they need close monitoring. So those are the things, those are the reasons why you need data and especially data analysis. To you analyze them first before you can feed them, or else you have wrong data, you have wrong information. That is it. So the first thing we need to do after collecting our data is to clean the data. And that's the main essence of this program, cleaning the data, cleaning our data. That's the main function of the essence of this course, this lesson, this class. How to clean data after gathering, after collecting your data in different sources, from different sources, then you need to clean it. So yesterday I sent a file to the group so that we can follow through as we practice. So without let me so that we can follow along as we practice. So I'm trying to. Yesterday, someone said I'm a little bit fast. That my words are so fast. So she said I should try to reduce the speed. So that is why I'm a little bit. I have to relax a little this evening. So I'm trying to open my Excel. So I said data analysis as well. Data analysis with Excel. So what is this course? What does it contain? We divide it into three sections: the cleaning data, the design spreadsheet, and also creating dashboard. The creating dashboard is the final part of it where you can now visualize what you've cleaned, what you've analyzed, where you can now visualize what you've analyzed. So that is it. So cleaning data. So now when we talk about cleaning data, we said we splitted the group, organized this class into sections. Why clean data, common issues, adjusting rows and columns, deleting blank rows, filling blank cells, removing duplicates, cleaning messy formatting, and also converting numbers stored as text. We have like 15 agendas, but yesterday to we were able to discuss to seven. Seven. We stopped at seven, at number seven. So today we'll continue from where we stopped. We'll continue from where we stopped.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, I'm
Where
listening.
deleting blank rows, I do not understand that part.
Okay, deleting blank rows.
Deleting
Okay,
blank rows, I do not
okay,
understand that part.
okay, no problem.
Yes, sir.
I'll try to make a recap immediately I load the Excel. I'll make a recap on everything. But like I said yesterday, I said we should try to get a note and a pen so that we can make some jottings as well. And also, if possible, if you have please someone should please mute your mic, please. If you have a laptop with you or a system with you, you can practice along. You can practice along. Or it, so it will also help. So those are the things I would like us to do. I want everybody to benefit. I don't want us to just do it and just go away. So this is the same data we used yesterday. So I said, number one, we start with why do we need to clean data? We explained this. Now, the common issues. The common issues has to do with looking into the data on the screen now. What are the things we can see? What are the things we can notice about the data? We discovered that the data has some issues. They get, they get. Ah, we discovered that the data have some issues, like the rows and columns are not well splitted. We discovered that okay, they are not well organized. Some are inconsistency column width and rows, blank rows, duplicate rows, inconsistency case. Some are uppercase, lowercase. Some are not well spaced, number formatted wrongly, wrong column formatting, messy border, color. A lot of things we can easily observe. We can easily observe from here. We can observe a lot of things from here. We are looking at it. That is it. So which, and I said while going through the while going through the data, while in the process of analyzing the data, we'll be able to discover more things we need to clean, more errors we need to clean. Some I also said, though in some data you may not, it may look as if there's no error there, there's nothing to remove or change there, but it may not be relevant to what you are to analyze. It may not be relevant to what you want to analyze. So therefore, if it's not relevant, it makes it a wrong data in that process. So you need to remove it so that it won't affect your results. It will not affect your result. Those are the things we said. Now, and we said our first example, which is this that we use, and we adjusted the column. So I'll start like that. Some things that I explained yesterday, I may not go deep into them today. Like I said, select, drag, bring your mouse pointer to the separating line, the column separating line, and it will change the mouse pointer to adjust column adjustment pointer. So we double click 1, 2 to expand it. So that is it. Also, I can do the same to the row, double click. Oh, sorry, it's not okay. Okay, yeah. Or the next thing I can go to format, then auto fit row height, auto fit row height, and I can also do the same in by adjusting the column in auto fit row height. You can in format, you can try to go through all the list you have here. You can go through them, you know more about them. Always try to play with your system, play with it, try to solve it, look into it deeply, then you have in-depth knowledge. So we talk about deleting blank rows. I said deleting blank rows. To delete blank rows, what we need to do as well is select and we press Ctrl G using, we are using go to special. So we press Ctrl plus G. We press down the Control key on the keyboard, CTRL key on the keyboard, and G. You press it down with G. Pa. Then it will display this icon for you. Then you can now click on special and click blanks. Then after that, you click OK. You click OK. Then it will select all the blanks in your data. It will select all the blanks in the data. After that, you go to what? You go to delete. Click on delete. Then it will remove it. That is it. Very simple and straightforward. Also, filling blank cells. If you want to fill blank cells, to fill blank cells now, we don't have any blank cells here, but we did something. I deleted some cells yesterday. I deleted some cells. So I use the same method. Now I can use Control A because I've removed the blank row. Control A. All you need to do is select a cell in your data, then press Control plus A. That's shortcut. The more shortcuts you know, the faster you are. The more shortcuts you know, the faster you are on the system. So you press Control plus A to select, sorry, Control plus A to select all. Then after that, you do the same thing, go to special, Control G, special, blanks. Okay. Then we have some empty cells now, and the empty cell contain numbers. So we want to pass number value into the cell. So we just press 0. I type 0 and I press Control Enter. Then it will fill all the blank cells immediately. That is that. And also we said remove clearing messy formatting, clearing message format. It said press Ctrl A to select all, click on clear on editing group and clear all the format. So I'll select all first, Ctrl A, and I'll go to clear. So I click on clear formats. Clear formats. That is it. So we get all the formats, the bold, the italic, the any kind of formatting that exists on your data gets removed, including the colors. Including the colors. So that is it. Now, also we have removing duplicates. Like I said, duplicate data, duplicate rows gives wrong information, wrong data. Duplicate rows gives wrong data. So the best you do is what? You remove the duplicate. The same thing you do again is you select all or select a cell. You select a cell. To do that for you, select a cell, click on data tab, click the remove duplicate button. Data tab, click on remove duplicate button. By clicking on it, it will select the cell, the entire cell for you. Then select all because I'm going through all the my data set. So I choose select all and click OK. Then it will remove duplicates. Now I have 5 duplicate values found and removed. 5 duplicate values found and removed. Mind you, let me quickly call your attention to this. In analyzing data, before you begin to analyze a data, make sure you have a duplicate of the data given to you. You have a duplicate of the data given to you. That's the first thing. Take note of that. I'm sorry to omit that. Always have the duplicate of that data before doing anything on it because you will remove a lot of things. You will adjust the data and there may be need for you to go back to that data again. So always have the duplicate. Don't work on the original one. Just copy it, put it in your, then work on it. That is it. That's the best thing to do before you start any work on analyzing the data or cleaning the data. Get it duplicated. That's it. So I've just explained removing the duplicate. Those are the things we did yesterday. And we also said converting numbers stored as text. We want to convert numbers stored as text. Here we have in column F, we have some numbers there that are being stored as text. How do you know? Numbers are being aligned to the right hand side of the cell, while text are aligned to the left hand side of the cell. Also, currency are also aligned to the right hand side of the cell. Currency are also aligned to the right hand side of the cell. So that is it. Numbers are aligned to the right hand side of the cell. So we need to make sure that numbers exist as number, while text exists as text. Because I said yesterday, if we are to perform an operation on these two cells will not be active. We cannot perform operation when you have 2 plus A. 2 plus A will always exist as 2 plus A. 2 plus A will always be 2 plus A. So that is it. So no operation, you can't perform operation on text. So we need to convert it to no number. So to do that, I said we can simply select, click on the warning sign here and say convert to number. Or I want to use this method, type 1 on the side. Then I'll copy this one, Control C. I'll copy it. I'll select the first cell on this row, on this column here. That is where I have the number I want to format. So I will select the first cell after the header cell of the column you want to format. Then press Control Shift down. Now see, Control plus Shift plus down arrow key. That's another shortcut to select down a cell, to a column, to select column, the entire column. Mind you, let me go up. The first column is not, the first cell is not selected. That's the header, the header. where I have manufacturing price. So it's not selected. So we do, that is not number. It's a text. So we only need to select the ones under it. So I let me do that again. I select the first cell after the header cell here, header cell. Then I press Ctrl Shift down. That is it. Very simple and straightforward. Now, to now convert that to number, to now convert that to number, I've copied this here. I copied here. So I'll go to paste. I'll go to file, home, paste, special, paste special. I'm going to paste special. Number, source. Sorry, paste special. I'm working on Windows Excel. I think this is 2019. So you may have some little difference. You may have may have little difference with your interface because the versions are different. So I think I'm working with Excel 19. I think this is Excel Office 19. This is Office 19. So you click on paste special, then click on multiply. You go to multiply and click on multiply. That is, I'm multiplying 1 by whatever I have in there and click OK. That's a fast method. I'll do that again. First, I typed 1 here in an empty cell. I copy Control C. I come to the first cell under the header cell, under the header cell. Then I press Control Shift down arrow to select all. Then I go to what? I go to paste, click on the drop down arrow, then click paste special. Then I click multiply and click OK. Then to multiply this one by everything, whatever it finds inside this column. So that is it. So I don't longer need this, so I remove it. So that is it. Now formatting columns, changing case, removing space, etc. So we want to combine all those together. Here, we need to ensure that each column has the right formatting. There are some columns you need to ensure you have the right formatting, such as currency, date, units. So we are doing all those now, formatting the right um, data for the right column. Where you have number, make sure it is number. We've done that now. Where you have date, let it exist as date. Where you have what's it called? Where you have unit, currency, let it exist as currency. So now the first in home tab, go to numbers group. In this number group, we have, you can see a what's it called, an inbox where you have general, So before that, let me select this column. So select column E. Want to select column E. So select column E. And mind you, everything we have here should be numbered. And what are the things we want to ensure here? You discover that in this column, we have some decimal, we have some they are non-decimal. So if we are using decimal, let it exist as decimal. And the decimal places should be equal. They should have the same decimal places. Those are the things we want to check in this column. So click, select, then go to the drop down arrow here and let it exist as number. That is it. In the numbers group, you have this arrow. You just click down, it will display all these are the data types we have, the different data types. We have the general number, currency, accounting, short dates, long dates, time, percentage, fraction. So we have them in different form. Now you notice that immediately I convert it to number because there are some existence of decimal point there, it gives us decimal fraction. So what we can do is we select it again and we can increase, we can either decrease or increase the decimal fraction. So that's it. But here we need to, I prefer to remove all decimal so that I can have a clear number, a clear number. So that is it. Now what I did again, let me go back, is at first I selected the entire column, went to this place, general, and click number. It gives me decimal fraction. Then I come here and decrease the decimal, decimal, decrease decimal because I don't want decimal there. That's it. Now select column F, G, H, I, J, K. F, G, H, I, J, K. To this point, we have numbers here. I will do the same to it. We'll do the same. On L, we have dates. So don't think it's date that we have there, not number. So we convert them as well to number. All this, we convert it to number. So the next thing we need to do is what? Remove the decimal, decrease. So that is it. Straightforward.
Sir, I'm not seeing your screen, sir.
You are not seeing my screen. Okay, any other person?
Yes, sir.
Is any other person not seeing my screen there?
I can see your screen, sir.
You can see it. Okay, you know what? If you cannot see the screen, you can just log out and log in back. Stop and rejoin. Then it will display the screen. Do you get it? It's due to network over there. So we've removed wrong formatting, converted those ones to number now. Now you can also press Control plus 1. No. Format cells. No, just will appear. Okay. That's another shortcut. Let me pass because of let me pass that area. So now look at column L. This column now, column L. This column L, we have dates in it. But if you look at the date, it looks funny. That what type of date is this? Actually, the date in Excel starts with 1/1/1900. Yeah, if I'm right, 1/1/1900. Yes, 1/1/1900. So Excel calculates it in numbers that okay, since that date, since that time till now, we have 46 43,466 days that have existed since 1900, January 1st, 1900. So that is how we came about these dates. That's how we came about these dates. Now we need to format it in the right format. We need to give it the right format. So to do that, we select it, then go to the drop down arrow again here. and click on, do you want long date or you want short date? Let's choose short date. Then this is short date. So let's try the long date as well. Then you have the long date in this format. But I would prefer short date so that we don't have a longer um, column. So short date, that is it. So very straightforward.
So I don't understand.
I'll Control Z, Control Z. I said this is date, as the title says. We have date here, but it's so funny that we have 43,466. We have the kind of number specifying to us that these are dates. Yes, it is true. How did Excel come about this date, this number? In Excel, they believe that the first date exists, date started, calendar started in the year 1900, January 1st, 1900. That's when calendar started. So it counted from then, from that day till the date that is here. So the date that you have inside this cell, it is 43,466 days. That's how you got it. Now, in order to convert it to a real date, you select the cell, the column, go to this general, click on the drop down arrow and click on short date. Then 2000, and then the date we have here, let me do this. Let me I want to copy this out. Control C, Control V. Now come back here. So if you have a calculator with you and you calculate, you discover that from this day, from January 1st, 1900 to January 1st, 2019, you will discover that it is 43,466 days. That is how Excel got that number. That is that. So now, after formatting this, we've done this now. We've formatted date, we formatted number, and we also have in column B. Let's take a look at column B. Here, you discover that we have some kind of wrong. Some are uppercase, that is all capital letter. Some are lowercase. Some are sentence case. Some are abbreviations. They exist in different way. There's a kind of indentation here in cell B2. We have where we have Canada, we have some indentation existing there. So we need to format that as well. So in order to do that, there are inconsistent indentation and case. Note, we need to add an helper column first. We need to add an helper column, a new column to be, what do I mean by helper column? A new column to be used to test the changes. Now, in order to add an helper column, we select the cell, we select the next column, rather, select the next column to the right. Or I can just select a cell, right click, insert, okay. So I just added a column to the left. Also, I can do it this way. If I select this column, I right click, insert, that's another way to add column. We have many ways to add column. I think I also have this, Control Z. I press Control Shift plus, Control Shift plus sign. Then I will add that. So that's another way to add column. So this column is to test, so that we test it, we adjust it, then we now return it back. So that is, we refer to that column as helper column. Firstly, change the case to proper case using function. We want to change this case now, so we copy. We want to change the case to proper case, that is, Sorry for that, please. Okay, we change the case to proper case using function now. Select the first cell after header row. After the header row, select the first cell. That is where our first data, our data began. So select it, then type equals. In order to enter formula, we want to make use of formula. This is part of main Excel. So we want to make use of formula here. So the formula is equals proper. That is, I'm converting it to proper. Then which cell? B2. Close the bracket and hit enter. So I've changed it to proper. This is a proper. Also, I can change it to upper. I can change it to lower. So so after doing this, the next thing I'll do is double click on the field handle. Here is the field handle. You can see a node, something like a point below the cell, below the what's it called? This the selected cell at the right corner, below down right corner, bottom right corner of the selected cell. So that is the fill handle. So I can double click. When I double click 1, 2, it will fill automatically. It will fill the entire cell. Now, if you take note, Germany now is proper case. Germany is now proper case. USA is now proper case. So that is it. So I want to try my best to perform all the necessary. I've changed the case. I want to remove the indentation. This unnecessary indentation, I want to remove it as well. Now, to do that is also very simple. What we'll use a formula. Okay, before I do this, I want to show to you another case we can change it to. We can decide to change it to upper as well. Upper, and press enter. I'll come here, select, because this here is where we have the formula. This is where we have the formula. If I click on general, you can Gemini rather. You discover that we have different formulas. So I click here and I double click 1, 2. Then it will fill it. That is uppercase. But I want proper case. So I'll Control Z. Control Z. So that is it. So I want to use trim now. I want to trim it, remove indentation. To do that, it's very simple. I can combine two functions. I can combine functions in order to do this. So I will just come here and say trim. So the function here is trim. So I'll trim and click OK. Oh, am I selecting the wrong? Sorry. I am supposed to select this. Control Z. Select. I'm supposed to escape. I'm supposed to select this. The first I need to select the first cell in order to just copy to autofill the other cells so that it can be very easy for me to do. Trim, double click, and I press enter. So we found a typo in your formula and try to correct it. Trim, do you want to accept? Okay, so that's it. Now you discover that this indentation has been removed. The indentation has been removed. So that is it. So to fill it through as well, we do the same thing, double click, and it will remove all indentation. We need to check for and remove line breaks. We need to check for and remove line breaks. Now, what do we mean by line breaks? There are some times whereby the user, the person supplying the data, has mistakenly entered, instead of dropping the next data into the next cell, like jamming into the next cell, he now mistakenly, by mistake, drops, creates another line inside the cell. Mistakenly creates another line inside the cell. Let me try to copy this, Control C, and bring it here for us to see what I'm about to do. So I select, I press. Now, you can see this is inside a cell. When you have something like this is line break. I don't think we have any of such here, but I'm just doing this to explain. To remove line break, it can happen. It can happen. So we need to remove this line break. To remove line breaks as well, make use of the clean function. There are some things we do not because we see it, but you do it because you think, you assume it may exist. There are things that you just do them. They are natural things you just do. You perform immediately. You perform them all through because they may exist and you won't know. So I want to do that now. So I'll just select. Oh, sorry. I'm using another formula here to achieve that. I'll come here and say, sorry, select, and I'll say clean. I need to close it, close the bracket, and press enter. I'll do the same thing, fill undo, fill down, double click to fill it through. So whenever we have any line break, let me bring this back. Control. Okay. So I want to do this on this cell now. Oh, sorry. I want to do this. I want to change, remove the line breaks here now. I want to perform it so that we can see if it works. So equals to clean. I'll click on that. I'll select the cell to fill it in, close the bracket, enter. Now you can see, so it removed the line break. So that is it. Very simple and straightforward. So the next, so clear message formatting, converting numbers stored as, okay, we've done that. Formatting columns, yes, we are still in formatting columns, okay. Um, what else we have here? When also blah blah blah, double click for handle the, okay, we have just, okay, yes, we have just successfully run three different functions on one piece of data. We need to delete the other column now. Now let's proceed. After that, the next thing we need to do is, we have two columns of the same, like just like a duplicate now. So we need to delete this one. We need to delete this one. Either of, we need to delete this one that is wrong. So to do this, I'll make it fast. I'll press Control Shift down, delete. Control, sorry, oh, sorry, Control Z. Never mind me. I'll copy. If now I want you to take note of what happened now. That's very good. Something just happened. The moment I deleted column B, column C also disappeared. Why? Because column C is a function of column B. Column C is a function of column B. So whatever you are doing in column B will always affect column C. Do you get it? Whatever you do in column B Now let me try to do something. Let me put F here and press enter. Oh, you see that? So whatever you do in column B will affect column C. So you must be very careful. Now we need to delete column B. Now in order to do that, now I said deleting the column will pop error because in so, instead of it deleting the column C for me, in some version it will pop error. You just see hash 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 hash. But here in my case here, it deleted column C as well. So that is it. So you may see something else in your own version depending on the version you are using. So deleting column will pop reference error because column C is referencing column B. Therefore, column B can't be deleted. Now, how do you now get rid of column C or column B rather? Now, you need to select column C, copy it. I'll now copy column C now. Let me just copy, Control C, copy. Or I'll now go to paste, paste option, and now go to look for paste value. Paste value. I'm pasting it as value. Here we have paste value. So you paste it as value. Now, if I select, now escape. If I select, you discover that the formula is gone. The formulas are gone. There's no more formula in it anymore. Let me bring it back, Control Z. Now you can see the formula now. So I'll select, come to paste, paste value. So I'll select, pasted it as value. Press escape to get rid of this line. If I select it, now it is no longer referencing column B. So I can now wholeheartedly delete column B. So I'll just press shift pay down, down, delete, down. Now it is gone. So do the same, copy, shift, control shift, paste, down arrow, control X, I'll bring it here, control V. Now I no longer need column C, so I'll delete column, delete. I just right click and click delete. So that is it. Very simple. So let's proceed to the next on our agenda. Find and replace data. We want to find and replace. Using find and replace for USA. Here we have USA as it's looked as user, not looking as a country any longer. So we need to replace it as USA in uppercase. Now, we cannot be looking for USA in all this data. We have it many times. It appeared in a quite number of times. So we won't want to be looking for it one after the other. So we do one thing, select that column, selected the column, and do what? And select the column and use it find and replace. So we press Control H, which is for replace, find and replace. Control H. What do you want to find? USA. USA. Inside the find inbox, then replace it with what? USA. That's what I want it to be replaced with. So I'll say replace all. I can just go ahead and click replace all. Done. It's telling me all done. We made 140 replacements. Okay, thank you. So let's check. It has been replaced. You can see USA to uppercase. That's it. Also, we want to check spell. Is there any wrong spelling in our work that we will need to correct? We can also check spell. If you have a wrong spelling, e.g. government being spelled in any way, either by mistake and you want to do an analysis on your data, it will read them as two separate data. Now, let's assume here we have Germany, and while the what's it called? While the person entering the data want to type Germany here, now wrongly spelled Germany. Maybe he type another Y, double Y. So let's try to do that. So here we have as a Kanda. Some mistakes exist there. So you need to check for wrong spelling as well, or else you have the Excel will not read it as the same data. It will read it as separate information because they don't have the same name. So that is it. So we need to check for wrong spelling. Now to do that, we select a cell in our data set. Just select a cell in our data set. Now click Review tab. Go to Review. This is the tab I told you yesterday that up here we have the tab. We have Home, Insert, Page Layout, Data, Review. Click on the Review tab and click Spelling. Click Spelling. We want to check for spelling. So it will go ahead and check. So it's saying we don't have peso in dictionary, blah, 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 blah. So we check for spelling, suggested spelling. So it doesn't believe, even the ones we remove are not inclusive. They are not here. The one we change, they are not even here. Imagine. The one we change are not even here. Okay? So let's say we can auto correct if we are satisfied with the suggestion. We can auto correct, but I'm not doing that, so I'll need to cancel it. I'll need to cancel it. Let me go back here. Let me select like this and click on spelling. Okay, now yes, I've selected the column now. I just select the column. Now I have it giving me suggestion. So I can say change all. So another one, I have Canaan. It's giving me as Canada. So our suggestion, I say change all. That is it. So spelling check complete. Okay. So that is it. And that is done. So formatting data now. I'll stop at formatting data for tonight. So we've done find and replace, check spelling, formatting data as table. Formatting data as table. So so I will okay. Wow. Let me give few minutes for questions. Let me give few minutes for questions. So that before let me give few minutes for questions.